scouting report on Nick Pivetta. Getting ahead early, I think that's crucial for any young starter, especially on a big stage like this, and getting secondary pitches. You know, you look at secondary pitches.
Jorge Alfaro, the catcher for Nick Pivetta in the minor leagues for a good chunk of this past season, is on the opposing side. It's popped to Pete Orr for the Pivetta's 2-2. Right field, in comes Jamie Romack. No camp under it for the second out. Top 2 pitches. 1-0, shot sharply on the ground, and it's bobbled by Mallow. His throw will be late. It's an infield base hit for Giovanni Urshela, and the Colombians are on the board.
About seeing the baseball and hopefully getting your pitch.
Broke the bat, and Jonathan Mallow will come in to retrieve the baseball. Last year to the tune of a 3.21 ERA.
Talk about a guy that's had some really good starts in this ballpark. 4-2.
Trying to be as efficient as Jose Quintana was yesterday. Not the case against Morneau. Ball 4. In Canada. And that is lined past the shortstop Solano into left field. It's a base hit. Eric Wood connects and moves Morneau to second. Works out. And Freeman drills a pitch into right field. Everybody moving station to station, and the bags are loaded. Forget that. Here comes Justin Morneau to score on the RBI hit for Freddie Freeman. It's the Canadians with a 1-0 lead. We can put the headsets on. Is for a home run call, and that is strike 3. Julio Teheran avoids any further damage. And that is shot into left field. It'll be trouble and extra bases for Adrian Sanchez. A 1-out double for Team Colombia. Ramos right to second, and Pete Orr will step on the bag to end the frame. Same way on Thursday. Before the game, he said, I'm going to be nervous. George Kateris, the strikeout victim, the second for no relation to the great Bobby Orr, but he wears number 4 whenever he can. And sends that pitch to center field. Polo moving back, still in the sun. And that will sit down the side in order. That's a fake phone. Scott Braun and Cliff Floyd, and the first pitch is chipped to right field. It's a long run for Jamie Romack. He won't get it. Instead, on a hop, it's a base hit on the first pitch that Jonathan Solano sees this afternoon. Inning number 3 from Nick Pivetta, and the 0-1 pitch chopped right side. Solano avoids it. Polo's out at first, and a runner now at second with 1 out. And he sends the pitch into left center field. And that's good for an extra base hit. Here comes Solano scoring, and now caught in between first and second is Donovan Solano, driving home his brother to even up the score. In the World Baseball Classic, Giovanni Urshela up next, and going after the first pitch, driven to center field. Dalton Pompey back still in the sun and hauls it in. Things on the team aspect. In spring training, you're trying to prove yourself individually. 0-2 on a line. Urshela has it. Otherwise, it's in his face.
Absolutely. I think the ball caught. Shot off the bat of Pompey right there. A nice little swing, and Urshela is like, hey, look what I found.
And he told us this is not a tryout.
No.
1-1 is shipped to left center field. Polo being called off by Ramos. Morneau is retired. He's just about there with his throwing arm. That's lofted into center field. And Dalton Pompey heading back towards the 407 sign. He's got a few steps before he stumbles against the wall. A long pictures up on the Instagram account. And it's dumped into center field before it hits the ground. Dalton Pompey covers so much territory. Categories including extra base hits, slugging percentage, on base, and home runs. And look who is out in shallow right field to haul in the baseball. Adrian Sanchez, and that is the Colombian shift.
All you guys doing. Sanchez smiling. You see Freddie's thinking out the box, I got me a clean base hit, and Sanchez is saying, nah, bro, I got you.
That is Giovanni. So they'll more just shift to pull. Center field fly ball. We'll see who has it. That's Valdez. Just the regular right fielder. Like her. Cranky. Up the middle, Tito Polo. Base hit for Team Colombia. Much more success than we saw from their kind in the Pac-12. And there goes Polo. He's there easily with the stolen bag. He's just exciting, electrifying in the 9 spot for this. Stolen bases go back to 2015. He took 46 bags, and that is into center field. Base hit. Here comes Polo, and the Colombians take the lead. Year minor leaguer popped. Who's calling for it? Mallow or Wood? And that's Eric Wood. They all play hockey. They're used to taking a hit.
Which I like.
This 2-2 is a strikeout. Completed over at first base. That should be it for Julio Teheran this afternoon. A fine outing.
Here, keeping it as simple as possible.
And that's through the hole. Jorge Alfaro with his first hit of the day. Major League outfielder with the Cardinals. Wick got a piece of it. It's Orr with the toss underhand, not in time, and the throw to first, but already there safely is Adrian Sanchez. Jorge Alfaro beat the Wick's 3-1. Ball 4. And that'll fill up the bags full of Colombian base runners. Gagne's 3-1. Does miss, and the Colombians have a 2-run cushion. Payoff coming. Runners moving. Right field, Romack. Camps under it. Eric Gagne walks in a run. 3-1 to Mallow, ball 4. A much-needed base runner for Team Canada. 2 things to keep in mind. Number 1, the loser. The 2-2 breaks the bat, goes to short, and they get the out. So Pompey will replace Mallow at first. Back to Eric Wood's 2-2 count, and the 2-out pitch ends the inning. So Pompey can head back to the dugout, and he is doing so. That brought in a run. This time, going after the pitch to Pompey in center field. Romack makes the call and has to slide in to make the catch.
Stay in a ball game against a tough lineup.
Eric Gagne records the strikeout, and there's the man that used to be called game over. That would take some skill. Down on 3 pitches instead, Johan Pino.
Colombia played a tough game last night and came back with some confidence.
And some fire, but Jamie Romack with some punch off the bat. And the Canadians have their first base hit since the first frame. George Kateris. First pitch. High fly ball, right field. Valdez raises his hand. And that will sit down Team Canada. They do record their first hit since the first, but with Shell. But then 4 years later, he's feeling it just like Eric Gagne.
That he's holding up this long.
Ramos lifts the ball to center field. It's Tassoni, the new center fielder. And that's the inning. 1 base hit, Eric Gagne. Shot to center field. Polo heading back. And that's out number 2. Not as much work for Tito Polo. 1-2 pitch. Solidly struck to right field. On the move is Contreras, the defensive replacement. There, 8-9-1 due up for Colombia. 0-2 shipped to left field. It's got room, and it's an extra base hit. Solano moves to second with the leadoff double. And there's the bunt. Matheson only has 1 play. And the throw's off the mark. Mercado scores. Polo to second. 4-1 Colombia. Guerrero and Dion Diaz. And the 3-2. Solano went through with the swing. And the strikeout completed at first. Polo hangs out at second. Matheson's 0-2. And that's strike 3. A long look for Reynaldo Rodriguez. He was stranded there. Puts the ball on the ground for the first time today. And Malo. The closer du jour for Team Colombia is Dion Diaz, who made his MLB debut this past season with the Cincinnati Reds.
Who's going to figure it out?
Can he do it in the 9th? No. Over to first base for strikeout number 1 for Dion Diaz. Portion of yesterday's game with the upset opportunity against Team USA, and they're 1 out away from their first victory in the World Baseball Classic. A chance to capture history. 2-2. And Freeman to the exact spot. The shift's a long throw to first, and it's not in time to capture this one. 0-2. And that is socked to left field. A base hit to keep the game alive. Tyler O'Neill moves Freddie Freeman to second.
Nasty.
Runners on the move. Game over. Team Colombia with its first ever victory in the 2017 World Baseball Classic.